So it's currently 2020, and what could shake the Bitcoin price ahead of 2020? Is it the Bitcoin halving? Could it be the COVID-19 cases? Could it also be the reserve banks cutting the repo rates? Or could the Bitcoin price just pump due to speculation? So stay tuned and let's roll the cameras. I hope you're having a good day. This is me, Digital Digits, bringing you a weekly video on Bitcoin. What will shake the Bitcoin price in 2020? But before I answer that question, are you guys bullish or bearish in the short term? If you are, please vote on the poll here up above. If you are bullish or bearish in the short term. So one of the things that will shake the Bitcoin price is the Bitcoin halving. So the Bitcoin halving is when the halving reward is cut in half. I won't go into quick details about how it works. I'll leave the description down at the pinned comments or down in the description tab if you wanna learn more about the Bitcoin halving. So when is the halving taking place? So the halving is taking place on the 12th of May 2020, and there is 27 days to the halving, and this is what most investors are looking at. Most investors are buying before the halving. Some think Bitcoin is undervalued going in the halving, and this is the first time this is happening for the Bitcoin price, and maybe we could see very huge gains in this next bull run, or maybe Bitcoin's time is over and nothing won't happen. So now there's also other things that are happening and that could affect the Bitcoin price. Currently, mankind is facing a very huge threat which is called COVID-19. This is stopping a global financial system. It's stopping jobs, it's stopping productivities of countries, it's stopping everything. These are bad times. These are very scary times for all of us, especially people that are older, people who are younger, small children, the old grandparents, because this virus mostly affects people with weak immune systems. So these are the things that could affect the Bitcoin price heading into the halving, because global governments and countries are being pushed to a halt, productivity is stopping, and nothing is done. So maybe this could affect the Bitcoin price in a positive way, and I hope this virus could end very soon. This is not a nice situation that we are facing now, and this could also usher a new state of currency. I personally believe governments and world leaders will put drastic measures in place after this virus, and this could also be a bad thing for the public and its citizens, because when the governments implement new laws, they usually take our rights and dignity and our freedom. So a lot of things will change, and I don't know what will I expect, but this could have a positive effect on Bitcoin. Maybe people will rush into Bitcoin, as it's the only thing that's decentralized, not controlled by anyone. So now let's look at another article which is very interesting. So in the past few hours, they've released an article from Eyewitness News about the South African Reserve Bank. The South African Reserve Bank has cut its repo rates to 4.25%. This was a very unexpected move, but since the corona outbreak, most countries are cutting their repo rates, and the South African Reserve Bank has cut the reserve rates. And I'm currently from South Africa, if you didn't know. This is maybe done to ease off liquidity in the market, and to also start the printing of money, QE. So when this repo rates generally happens to most countries will fall into a recession afterwards. Due to that, they want to stimulate more growth to the economy, and they do these drastic measures to cope with the economic cycles. There was also an article last week about the Reserve Bank, and they stated that they didn't do any quantitative easing measures. So this article here, the Reserve Bank is denying that they didn't issue a QE, but in the article it states that they were buying government bonds to ease liquidity in the market, because basically no one is buying South African bonds, so the Reserve Bank is buying up the debt of the government bonds. So basically this is QE, and they are printing money out of thin air. This is gonna backfire in the near future as countries are debasing their currency. You can't print apples into thin air, because if there's a lot of apples, the apple price will decrease. If there's a lot of rands, the rands will inflate. So even for Bitcoin, even for all other things that are available, the same thing will apply. So now I want to show you guys a chart where Bitcoin approaches the halvings every 4 years, and what price changes happens after the halving event. So this chart is the BLX. You can find it on TradeView. I'll drop the link for the TradingView platform. You can use it. It's free to use. So here is the Bitcoin price in the Merkle scale from the start around 2010, where the first price was recorded. So as you can see here, these are red lines, vertical red lines are the Bitcoin halving, and as you can see, every time the Bitcoin price passes the red line, there's tend to be an upward surge in a market, sort of like a bull market. It actually is a bull market. So every time the Bitcoin price passes this red line, which is the halving, Bitcoin enters a bull market, and now we are very close to entering that phase, and maybe we could see $100,000 Bitcoin price. So every time this happens, you always tend to see that. So to end off this video, we can look at the Bitcoin price, but currently the Bitcoin price isn't doing anything. Even if it's during the weekday, the Bitcoin price is going sideways. So as you can see here, the Bitcoin price is still trading sideways, and nothing is happening to the Bitcoin price. And there's also low volumes in the Bitcoin price, meaning that our moves are likely to be less volatile. So I think Bitcoin is trying to find a bottom, or is setting up for bullish movement, because when there's low liquidity and low volumes, we tend to see a spike in volume after these low levels of volume. So basically Bitcoin price is at 6.9k, and Bitcoin has to break the white trend line. If Bitcoin doesn't break the white trend line, Bitcoin price could surge down to the 5k levels. But this is gonna be it for today's video. If you're still here watching this video at the end, this is very good. It means you understand everything about Bitcoin fundamentally. This is gonna be it. Stay digital.